Pleasure.
Okay. And what I wanted to start off with is to learn more about the real story of Dell's conversation with customers and how Dell is now connecting with customers via social media.
Okay. Most of us know this, but just some quick facts about why we moved into social media, why we're there, what took us there. The real story is, obviously we suffered some bruises, the market changed, our reputation was being torn apart. I often refer to it privately as being the bad boy of the blogosphere when we first started. But at the same time, the world around us was changing. I mean, it wasn't just the blogs were happening, but in the next couple of years, by 2011, by 2011, I think we'll have another billion people online. So the online population is rapidly increasing. We also had a CEO that had built a business model based on direct to the customer, and we're diversifying that today into the retail channel. Excuse me. He's still committed to our direct relationships with customers, and he couldn't see any reason why we would not be reaching out and dealing directly with our customers online. And as he says today, we're embarking on the most exciting era of our and changes of our time with technology and people connecting online. And what better way than to constantly be involved with our customers and grow as a business. So all of that underpinned to take us online. In March, the quick story is that in March 2006, we kind of came to the conclusion that there were 4,000 conversations going on about us and that we ought to be a part of those conversations. And in joining those conversations, the first thing that we did was we listened for a while, with probably dates actually in January or February 2006, where we just started listening. By March, we actually put our toe in the water and started to resolve customer issues online. And the thought being, if customers phone and they have problems, but customers blog and they have problems, why are we not able to get a technical support team? So we took what I refer to as about 8 or 10 of our best and brightest technical support agents and actually set them loose in the blog solving customer service problems. That was followed by Direct to Dell, which was then followed by another layer of blog outreach, meaning that if you blogged about Dell, not just technical support issues, but if you blogged about Dell, you were likely to hear from us. So we now had kind of two layers of blog outreach and our own blog in between.
And Richard and I have been working on a case study for the Nuance study, which is about how companies are using social media to manage customer service and also brand reputation. And what I was really interested in, what my research is all doing now, is how do companies actually, how do they do that effective social media? How do they do that effective engagement with customers? And I think what's interesting about Dell is that I think you built a model that the rest of the industry can use. So can you go into detail and explain for us what is the model that Dell uses to connect with customers?
Sure. This is the fundamentals of the model, right here. The fundamentals of the model are to resolve our customers' concerns, number one. And the premise of resolve dissatisfaction is also that you cannot PR your way out of dissatisfaction. That you actually have to resolve dissatisfaction. So this has required business changes, it requires ongoing listening and honest and rapid response. Part two of the model is to tell our own story, because there are people that will tell your story, and the question is, we want to be part of that, participate, and tell our own story. Third part is to join conversations, which is a bit of telling your own story, and it's also to participate, engage. I know that Joseph Jackie is the only good attorney who I can't think of a better word these days. To join conversations and engage with our customers online. And the third part is to evolve this, which we're doing still. Well, all of this is evolutionary, to share content, collect ideas, and work together to build a better business. The drill down on some of this is, I think what John wants to know a little bit about is the kind of manual process.
Well, yeah,
And
right.
it's still a pretty major